Hello everyone. Welcome back to another video here on the channel Charles Morse. Today I am doing a Nintendo Direct reaction video today. And I literally have to say that I thought it was actually pretty good, but there did a lot of stuff in that direct. Did I really find most of the direct pretty interesting? Not a whole lot. And there are some games that have been announced that I'm sorry. I was not even a big fan of. And one of those games that have been announced was Trombone Champions. I was not really a big fan of that game because, number one, it was just a character blowing trombones to a you had to try to keep up with the beats and that stuff, and you have to it's like, in one way that I could put it, it was kind of like Donkey Konga and Guitar Hero. It's kind of like another one of those games. And that was one of the games I was not so interested in actually hearing being announced. I was more wanting to hear more about Nintendo Switch Online, which the only game that was announced for Nintendo Switch Online was F-Zero 99, which is, after the Direct ended, is supposed to be coming out today. I was hoping to hear about, the GameCube being announced for Nintendo Switch Online and Game Gear. That both announcements that I was expecting to actually hear didn't actually even happen. And my question to Nintendo is, why would you not, have done that? I mean, you launched Nintendo Switch Online back in September of, I believe it was 2018. And it all started with the NES and SNES. And you had to pay $20 back then. And then, by the time you started announcing, the Sega Genesis and Nintendo 64, then you pretty much upped the cost to $50. And then, later on, you had the Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Color to Nintendo Switch Online. Now, did I really think, or other people really think, that that was going to be the end? Was that it? Because I think there should have been, a lot more. Now, I understand that Nintendo may not want to bring the whole virtual console experience onto the Switch. Now, it would have been, in a business retail standpoint, I could honestly say that it would actually look very good for the company. And not only that, but it would also make the Nintendo Switch sell, like, very well. So, that's what I'm actually trying to get at. So, for the GameCube emulator and the Sega Game Gear emulator to get put on the Nintendo Switch, well, that would actually, make people want to buy, like, a Nintendo Switch more often. And if you up the cost to maybe, like, $100, then, honestly, people would not want to be, paying that much to actually use Nintendo Switch Online. But, it would just, help your business, even more. Now, there were some things in that direct that I was actually pleased with. Now, to my, not much to my expectations, I never thought that they would actually bring back one of the 3DS games that, if you have not picked up the Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon on the 3DS eShop, well, you're too late to pick it up on the eShop now, because Nintendo had officially closed the 3DS and Wii U eShop. I was going to end up making a video about that, and then, I just never really got to doing it, so I'm just gonna say right now, the Wii U and 3DS eShop are going to be closed forever. And that means it's going to be closed everywhere this time. I got a comment that... Now, I made a video before saying that the eShop was going to close for other countries outside the U.S. And that video was made a while ago, and one of the comments that I got on that video that I made a long time ago, it said, now the eShop's going to be closed for everybody. That's what one of the comments was. And I was like, oh my goodness, this just can't be real. Because there was so much other stuff that I wanted to get off the eShop on the 3DS. Well, apparently now you have to do it the old-fashioned way. And that is, if you want more games for your 3DS and Wii U, you're going to have to stick with cartridges from now on. That's just how it's just going to have to be from now on. And, you just gotta be lucky that your 3DS is, able to stay, hopefully have, not any kind of problem, such as, screen freezing and all that other stuff, because I could tell you, I'm sure Nintendo doesn't even fix those things anymore. Because of the 3DS the 3DS and Wii U are just, well, I guess that they're like no longer sold anymore. Or Nintendo doesn't just manufacture them anymore. So the 3DS and Wii U are almost becoming pretty dead. And the shutdown of the eShop for both Wii U and 3DS is pretty much saying that sooner or later the 3DS and Wii U are going to permanently be dead, including the online. And then the only online that's going to be around for quite a while is the one for the Switch. And that will, who knows how long we'll have the online for the Nintendo Switch. Because not everything lasts forever. The Nintendo Switch online will eventually have its eShop shut down as well, and eventually be no longer be able to play with your Nintendo Switch friends online at a later year. I don't know when that's gonna happen, but only time's going to tell that. So yeah, the Nintendo Direct was, some of it was good, some of the announcements I didn't really care for. And games that I was pretty excited for, F-Zero 99, that was one game I was pretty excited for, because I wanted to, be able to test out, how well I'd be able to play against, 99 other players on F-Zero on the the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, and see how well I actually did, or see how well I actually do against 99 others. So, I thought that was gonna be pretty fun. Now, as far as the Super Mario RPG remake, I'm probably not going to purchase that, because I do like some RPG games, but, I'm not gonna buy, a lot of them. Like, I have Octopath Traveler. And I have Bravely Default. But not everybody is a fan of every RPG that Nintendo announces. I don't even have some of the Fire Emblem RPGs except for Fire Emblem Heroes on smartphones. And the rest of them are Fire Emblem Warriors on Nintendo Switch. Like, I have Fire Emblem Warriors, and then I have Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. So, not everybody is going to be an RPG fan of a lot of games. The first time I saw that the Super Mario RPG game was out, which was like a long time ago, I knew they had a Super Mario RPG. I may have not even seen it before, but I did. I heard of the game, I just never seen it, and I might have actually seen the game before, but it was probably like a long time ago. I can't remember if I've seen this game or not, but I thought, I gotta be really honest, I thought the game was kind of lame. And I'm sure others think that the Super Mario RPG game is pretty lame. Plus, there's a bunch of other RPGs that Nintendo announced that I thought were... I mean, other people might be a fan of, you know, trying to conquer and capture other people's castles and stuff in RPGs, but, you know, not everybody's a fan of it. I did like the one mobile game from Disney, and this used to be this used to be a smartphone game. It used to be a smartphone game, Star Wars Commander. I have some uploads on Star Wars Commander, and I show what you actually do in the game, and you actually try to create like a great army on both the good and the bad side, and try to actually take other players, try to destroy other players' bases. And I like that one because I was like a big Star Wars fan. That's why I wanted to download that one. But when it comes to other RPGs, some people are not just going to be a big fan of it because they're just not a fan of the series. I like the Mario series. It's just, I don't think an RPG is gonna, you know, have like cool animations, or if I just don't even, you know, like the RPG itself and that stuff, then I'm not even gonna want to buy it. And that's the problem here with Nintendo. If all they're gonna do is, you know, sell a bunch of RPGs and announce a lot of RPGs on a Nintendo Direct, then why did that have to be, you know, like some of the Nintendo Direct. I mean, you only have 40 minutes of a Nintendo Direct, and all you're gonna announce is mostly like RPGs and other stuff that Nintendo would probably, make money off of versus announcing stuff that people actually want to hear. Now, at the beginning of the Direct, we've got a side order peek for the Splatoon 3 DLC, and that was something that I may not have mentioned in the video before the Nintendo Direct, which I made yesterday, and I may have not mentioned side order details. So, a lot of times when a Nintendo Direct happens, sometimes they're gonna have, if there's like a big project that Nintendo's doing, they're going to sometimes announce that first. I did like the Princess Peach game. I thought that was actually kind of cool. I may not pick up the Detective Pikachu Returns game. I would if I could in the future pick up the Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, because I might not be able to re-download this from the 3DS eShop now. That you could be able to re-download your stuff off the 3DS and Wii U eShop after the shop had closed. But you may not be able to do that anymore within the week. After a week or so of the eShop being closed, probably after that you weren't even able to re-download any software that you have purchased. And then just right before the eShop closed, I purchased myself a Sonic Boom Shattered Crystal. I wanted to get that game before the 3DS and Wii U eShop even shut down. So yeah, this Nintendo Direct was pretty good, I have to say. Now, not everybody liked what was in that Direct. Some of this stuff I enjoyed. I enjoyed the first announcement of side order for the Splatoon 3 DLC. I mean, that was good that they announced more detailed on, or, showing what side order was supposed to be like. Because I think that was, I thought that was pretty good. So, yeah. So, yeah. I like the Princess Peach transformations in the Princess Peach game, Princess Peach Showdown. I like the new transformations. And not only that, but they finally announced, Nintendo finally announced the final wave of DLC, and Pauline had been put into Mario Kart 8. But this DLC is not coming out until 2024. So you got a while to actually wait for that DLC in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe to finally be out. So that's the final DLC. Now, I don't even, I didn't like some of it. I mean, I don't know why Nintendo would have, did like a recap of the games that were actually coming out toward the end of it. If I wanted to see something else besides the short recap of the games that were coming out in the future, I would have actually, made like some kind of short announcement for like, for the GameCube emulator and the Sega Game Gear emulator coming to Nintendo Switch Online. And the direct ended with with one of my favorite GameCube games that I remember I rented before, and this one I would definitely pick up. I would pick up Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, and this was already on GameCube. But I think it'd be better if this game would be picked up for Nintendo Switch, because I'm sure that the GameCube is very old, not able to run these things anymore, and with Paper Mario Thousand Year Door coming to Nintendo Switch, that would pretty much satisfy people to play their favorite GameCube game on Nintendo Switch while the Nintendo Switch is able to run Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. But here's the thing, you have to wait until 2024 to play a game that was already out. So, I mean, yeah, the anticipation is going to be on players' minds, and that, but I don't know why Nintendo would wait to actually announce these, give a actual announce date to be released for 2024. I don't know why some of these already games that are able to be played, some of the already playable games on older systems. I don't know why they have to be, have a release in 2024 when they've been made back in the past, such as Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, that was made back in 1999, and the Mario RPG that was made back in somewhere in the 1990s, and probably maybe somewhere in the 2000s. No, or the Super Mario RPG was probably made back when the SNES came out, or the NES came out, you know, like already played games that now are all of a sudden getting a remake, and we have to wait for like 2024 to actually play those. I mean, like, what's up with that? I mean, like, what's up with that? I mean, seriously. Seriously. If they're already playable, why does it take so long to develop each game that was already playable in the past? Why did that have to take like so much time to, you know, like remaster, update the graphics and, you know, all that stuff? And it has to take like years and years and years to actually get this stuff done. I mean, no, it should be like almost it shouldn't take like that long. I mean, we're already in September, so we're already like 9 months into 2023. So that's gonna leave you with at least 3 more months of the year, and these are already playable games in the past. We have to wait until 2024, and it's only 3 months away from 2024 in this year that you can't get some of these already announced remastered games on Nintendo Switch. You can't get those done within 3 months. Just to put them on the eShop so that people could actually pick them up around like Christmas time. I mean, Nintendo's Nintendo. I question why some of the stuff that are in development, like remastered stuff, like why would it take like so long to actually get remastered games on the Nintendo Switch much sooner than the announced release date? Like later in next year. I think Nintendo just likes to keep on surprising people and, you know, keep that hype going. I mean, I'm not too surprised with what Nintendo does. Now, some of these new games, I can understand why they would need like a 2024 release, because they're new, Nintendo has to have time to develop them, but like past games, get them remastered. I mean, like, why should it take until like next year for remastered games to actually come out? I mean, I don't know what Nintendo's actually doing, but if they're gonna announce remastered stuff or remakes, then they need to get their they need to get their remastered games developed, released much sooner than the expected release date, because people are not wanting to wait so long to actually be able to play their favorite beloved past games as a remake. I mean, some people can actually just lose their patience. I mean, the whole direct was actually pretty good. I shouldn't say the whole one, like the whole direct. There are some games I didn't like. I thought the Prince of Persia one was actually pretty good. I thought that was a pretty good one to actually play. The sword animations, the hack and slash part of the Prince of Persia, I thought it was pretty good. A lot of the direct was good. Some of it was not that good. I wasn't that. I'm gonna say a lot of the RPG stuff that they had, I wasn't a big fan of. But the remastered Paper Mario Thousand Year Door from the GameCube, that was one that I definitely would want to pick up in the eShop once it's out. And well, I was expecting a little bit more in this Nintendo Direct, but I think Nintendo's actually wanting to keep it interesting. They might have a Nintendo Direct announced for, like, holiday of 2023. And, it's Christmas for the US, and a lot of people are going to be getting, money, and, they might get a Nintendo Switch for Christmas and that stuff. And, along with the Nintendo Switch, sometimes Nintendo announces new games for, like, the 2021's future. And, I think a Nintendo Direct could actually, another one could actually come out by then. And, there could be, like, more announcements that are made by Nintendo. And maybe, just maybe, my expectations for a GameCube and Sega Game Gear emulator, it might happen then. So, December for Nintendo Direct to actually happen again, that might be a good timeline for Nintendo to actually announce future games that are supposed to come out in 2024. I mean, normally that's what they would do at E3, but E3 is not even around anymore. It's not even around anymore. So, I think for them to announce games for next year, when it gets to, like, the holiday of that year, when it gets toward, like, Christmas and New Year's Eve time, that's a pretty good time for Nintendo to actually start announcing new games. And then they could still have their Nintendo Direct in the summer of that year. and talk about, like, future released games up to holiday of that year, and, do stuff that they used to do at E3, have their Nintendo Treehouse presentations and that stuff, and, do some of the stuff that they did at, like, E3 when E3 is not even around anymore. I mean, it's just, it's just good to actually, for Nintendo to actually continue to do a lot of that stuff, because that's what fans like. Fans like, every summer, when E3 started coming out, when E3 was around, they liked, E3 so much because E3 gave people all that information about the games that were going to come out, like, that next year. And it was, I think it was very good business for Nintendo. So, yeah. Yeah. Long video, but there was a lot to announce. I was quite hyped up for a Nintendo Direct to be happening today on 9/14, which is September 14th, which I announced in that last video that there was a Nintendo Direct confirmed for September 14th. That's what we got. Some of the stuff that was announced I wasn't a big fan of, like the RPG games. I was not a fan of, some of this stuff. The RPGs. That was kind of the main things that didn't really hype me up about this Direct so much. But the other stuff, like, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, that was on the GameCube, that hyped me up. F-Zero 99, that helped, that was good. There's a bunch of other games that I was hyped up for. I'd probably pick up the Princess Peach game. I think. That would probably be, like, some of my favorites. I didn't have a lot I didn't really have, like, a lot in that Direct that were my favorite. I was glad to hear in that announcement that all the amiibo for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is out now. Or, I guess, Sora is waiting to actually come out. But, yeah, a lot of the amiibo is a lot of the amiibo is almost out. So, I think we're all waiting on Sora to actually come out as a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate amiibo. There was no announcement for Wave 3 by Masahiro Sakurai himself. Side order detailed was, our first look at side order, that was a pretty good way to start off the Direct. And we have to wait until like spring of 2024 to actually play Side Order, which is another part of the Splatoon 3 DLC. And I think it looks like, I don't think it is an Octoling. I think it might be a third form of a playable character that you'll be able to use in like all modes. And there isn't an official name by Nintendo yet, but it should be announced like in the future. Now I'm sure they would have now this might happen, they might have an announcement of a future Nintendo Direct somewhere in holiday of 2020 for like Christmas of 2023. That'd probably be the time where Nintendo would have like another Nintendo Direct. Now, not to make this a rumor or a leak, this is just a possibility that could happen. Now, we all know I don't like to make rumors and leaks and confirm these things to be true when there's no real source like Nintendo themselves to actually confirm rumors and leaks to be true. I don't like to do that. I don't like to say that a lot of times that when rumors or leaks out there, I don't confirm these things to be true because there's no actual source saying that these rumors and leaks are true. A Nintendo Direct happening in December, somewhere around Christmas. It could end up happening, and it might be something that I could be right on. I'm not going to confirm anything on this channel, but I will say that's probably what might happen. And Nintendo may drop a Nintendo Direct during Christmas time of 2023. So, yeah. The Nintendo Direct is pretty good. I think the one for December could be probably even better. That's my thought. I don't think it was time for Nintendo to announce a lot of good stuff just yet, because we're already like 3 months away from 2024. So a Nintendo Direct in 2023 of Christmas, when that comes around in December, Nintendo may be ready to give us some more good more great game announcements and that stuff. And possibly a future announcement for Nintendo Switch Online. And if they're going to wait until like September of 2024 for that stuff, then I could probably see them waiting until 2024 for an announcement on Nintendo Switch Online to announce the GameCube and Game Gear emulator, if that's what they decide to announce. Or if it's announcements for, whatever they decide. It's up to Nintendo what they talk about on Directs. And I apologize. I'm doing it way too much. Pardon me. It's Nintendo's decision when a Nintendo Direct happens. It's possible that they could drop one in December of... It's possible that they could have one during Christmas time of 2023, which is like Christmas happens around like on the 25th. So that might be a good time for Nintendo Direct. That might happen like a few days after Christmas. Or they could even, announce a Nintendo Direct in January of 2024 and talk about the future games of 2024. And that'd probably get fans more excited about what's to come to the Nintendo Switch in the future. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like what's said here, please comment, like, and subscribe to the channel, Charles Morse. And until my next video, the Nintendo Switch is eventually going to get better. And Nintendo, somewhere along the line, will probably announce when this Nintendo Switch 2 is probably going to be coming out. And just like the first Nintendo Switch that was announced in 2017, when they're ready to announce the Switch 2, I'm sure they're going to have a trailer for that. And the trailer for the Nintendo Switch 2, I'm sure you would be amazed to actually see that it'd be better than the 2017 model. Nintendo Switch 2, I could definitely say be better than the 2017 model. That is the first Nintendo Switch that's been announced. When you had your first look at Nintendo Switch, when you look at Nintendo Switch 2, the 2017 model, excuse me, the 2017 model is not going to be able to have the programming that will be that compared to Nintendo Switch 2. And Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be able to have, I expect Nintendo Switch 2 to have better programming than the 2017 model and be able to run Switch games much better. This is Charles Morse. Have a good day, and hopefully we can anticipate on a trailer for Nintendo Switch 2 sometime in the future. Have a good day. I'll see you on my next video. And this and my reaction video for today's Nintendo Direct of September 14th, 2023. Have a good day. I will see you on my next video.